time for another double shot. This time, let's take on some legislation that House Democrats are pursuing in Olympia that gives parents who are criminals another shot at volunteering at schools or with kids. Right now in Washington State, if you have a record, if you've been to jail, you've been
Let's say
convicted
you
of a
murdered
crime,
someone.
You're a horrible, rotten degenerate. You're now out of jail thanks to Democrat policies releasing people before they should be released. Now they're saying you can go ahead and volunteer at your kid's school and be around other kids, whereas the current law says they can't do that.
Let me ask you a question about this. I was reading this story. As I understand this, the bill was sponsored by a lawmaker in Olympia who herself was formerly incarcerated.
Tara Simmons, Democrat. She spent 2 years in jail for drug and gun charges.
Okay, drug and gun charges. She then gets out. She's not your typical ex-criminal. She went to law school and turned her life around, and now she has a family. Pretty short amount of time, right? It was back in 2009, 2010?
Yeah, around that time.
So
one could say she's assaulting us with her horrible bills, but continue.
Well, she's a unique case. Not every former criminal has now gone on to law school and turned their life around. Sometimes they're just also bad people who've served
one
time.
Might say the majority of them don't do that.
Yes, probably. This, I really don't understand this. I don't understand why they would want to open this up. I don't understand why parents would be okay with this. As a parent who has volunteered at my kids' elementary school, of which I have 3 in elementary school right now, I had to sign background checks. I had to submit all the paperwork. I was thrilled when they told me that they're going to have to wait. There's like a 1-week waiting period before you can volunteer because they want to make sure that you're not a bad guy.
You're not a danger to all these kids.
To be a danger to all these kids. And I think other parents appreciate that every volunteer at that school, I was like, oh, they're all vetted. That's great. This makes me feel really good about our public education system. This totally undercuts that.
Under this bill, if you show some sort of documentation that you're rehabilitated, as determined, I suppose, by the school or by maybe the youth league, whatever it is, they can go ahead and just give you the thumbs up. I don't want the current batch of educators making the decision as to whether or not someone is a reformed criminal. Sorry, y'all are nuts.
The nice thing that I like about the current rule is if you have a criminal background, you cannot volunteer at your kid's school. It's sad, and I know you want to volunteer at your kid's school, but you broke the law, and that's one of the prices you have to pay, and that sucks for you and your kid. I understand that, but you can maybe coach a baseball team or something, or take them to the park, whatever. This wouldn't even allow the schools to take if this passes, this wouldn't allow the schools to take into any consideration what your crime was. Think about that, which is crazy to me. Did I read that correctly? Like, you can't even take into consideration, and then if they did and they denied a person for some reason, like let's say
now you're violating the law.
Particularly egregious, wouldn't that open up the school to some sort of litigation?
At the end of the day, even no matter the particulars of this bill, this is what it's about. Risk versus reward. I don't care what's in the bill. I care about the risk versus reward. Are you risking someone who has already broken the law and served time in Washington, which is very, very difficult as it is?
Yeah.
Are you going to say
think about
that there is like low risk of reoffending in some way? I would say even if it's a low risk, the risk is still there.
If there's any risk, which is why they have the law as it is right now.
Yeah, I hate this idea.
I hate this so bad. I hate this bad. Because I have kids in school, I can speak for parents out there who also hate this. So if you don't like this, can people call someone? Can they just call and complain?
You can call your lawmaker.
Call your lawmaker.
Don't support this stupid
bill. Say, if you
bill.
support this, then you're a dum-dum. I don't like using harsh words like that, but you are. You're a dum-dum.
But it's dum-dum. There's no B. It's D-U-M. Dum-dum.
Like the sucker.
We'll see you next time. Hey, it's Jason Rantz here with Scott Rarucka from Legacy Group Capital. He's their CEO. So let's talk about someone who wants to invest in real estate. They don't quite know where to go, what to do, where to start, but they do know, obviously, that right now the market is really, really hot. So you're the place to do it. How do you help?
Yeah, so how we help is, we've been investing in the greater Seattle area for over 20 years. And we have a historical track record that we're super proud of. Double-digit returns over time with no investor losses. And if you can find somebody else out there that's done that, you should probably talk to them. And how we really do it is we're lending on real estate, and we're also acquiring real estate and building it and developing it. All those things come out of a fund that people invest into. So there's lending and there's acquisition. And then we share in profits with all of our investors on both those activities. Jason, most people can't do that on their own. They're not going to go develop properties. They're not going to go be a bank and lend money. But they can jump in with us and they can be that developer and they can be that lender, but it's underneath our umbrella with a 20-year track record that's unparalleled to anything that you'll find out there. We've been told that we're one of the best kept secrets in the Pacific Northwest.
I don't want it to be a secret. I want everyone to know just about what it is you do. The Legacy Group Capital family of funds offer short-term 90-day investments at 7%. Longer-term investments, they've averaged double-digit returns. Just go to legacyg.com.